Something just happened in Colorado that could change how millions of Americans access solar power. The Colorado Senate just approved a bill that lets homeowners and renters plug solar panels directly into a wall outlet and start generating electricity. No installer, no permit, no utility approval. You buy it at a store, hang it on your balcony, plug it in, and your electric bill goes down. This is already huge in Europe. Germany alone has over 1 million of these units installed. And now it's coming to the US faster than anyone expected. But before you get too excited, let me explain exactly what plug-in solar can and can't do, because the hype is already ahead of the reality. Hey, welcome back to IntegrateSun. We operate in Colorado, so this one is personal for us. And honestly, I think this is genuinely great news for a specific group of people. But it's not what some folks are making it sound like. Let me break it down. All right, so what are we actually talking about here? Plug-in solar, also called balcony solar, is a small portable solar panel, roughly the size of a full-length mirror with a built-in microinverter. You mount it on a balcony railing, hang it on a wall, set it on a patio stand, wherever it gets sun. Then you literally plug it into a standard electrical outlet in your home. The panel generates electricity during daylight hours and feeds it directly into your home's wiring. Your appliances use that power first before pulling from the grid. No electrician, no roof work, no utility interconnection paperwork. Colorado's bill, HB 26-1007, says you don't need approval from your electric provider to install one. And landlords with more than 4 units can't prohibit them. That's a big deal for renters who've never had access to solar before. And Colorado isn't alone. Virginia just became the second state to pass nearly identical legislation, unanimously with bipartisan support. Utah signed theirs into law last year. And right now, about 30 states have active plug-in solar bills moving through their legislatures. Illinois, Vermont, Washington, New Hampshire. The list is growing fast. So, who should be excited about this? Renters. If you've never been able to go solar because you don't own your roof, this is your entry point. A balcony panel costs $300 to $600, pays for itself in 2 to 5 years, and you take it with you when you move. Apartment and condo owners? If your HOA blocks rooftop panels, or your building doesn't have the infrastructure, a plug-in unit on your balcony or patio is now a legal option in these states. Homeowners who want to start small? Maybe you're not ready for a $30,000 system? A plug-in panel lets you dip your toes in and see real savings. Small ones, but real, without any commitment. If you're in any of those 3 groups, this legislation is genuinely exciting. No asterisk, no but. It's good. Now, here's where I have to be the honest friend for a minute, because the headlines are making this sound bigger than it is for a lot of homeowners. It won't power your whole house. These systems are capped at 1,200 watts. That's about 4 panels max. The average American home uses 30 kilowatt hours per day. A 1,200 watt plug-in system produces roughly 4 to 5 kilowatt hours on a good sunny day. That's 5 to 15% of your total usage. Meaningful? Yes. A replacement for rooftop solar? Not even close. It doesn't work during a blackout. Plug-in solar feeds power into your home's wiring through the outlet. When the grid goes down, that outlet goes dead. And so does your plug-in panel. There's no battery backup, no islanding, no keeping the lights on. If your goal is energy independence or outage protection, plug-in solar doesn't get you there. It doesn't qualify for the same incentives. The federal tax credit structure that applies to full rooftop and battery systems doesn't apply the same way to a $400 balcony panel. State incentives vary, but don't expect a 30% discount here. And it's not widely available in the US yet. The legislation is passing, but the product ecosystem, manufacturers, retail availability, standardized safety certifications is still catching up. Germany is years ahead on this. The US is just getting started. None of this makes plug-in solar bad, it just makes it a specific tool for a specific audience, not a universal replacement for a real solar system. So here's how I think about it. If you're a renter or you're in an apartment, plug-in solar is a great first step. Absolutely go for it when it's available in your state. But if you own your home, you have roof or yard space, and your goal is to meaningfully offset your electric bill, protect your family during outages, or achieve real energy independence, You need more than 1,200 watts and a wall outlet. You need a properly designed system with battery backup. And that's what we do. If plug-in solar is the appetizer, a full solar plus battery system is the meal. One doesn't replace the other, but one gets you a lot further than the other. Plug-in solar is coming to America. And I think that's genuinely great for making solar accessible to people who've been shut out. But understand what it is and what it isn't before you buy. If you're in Colorado or any of our 12 states, and you want to know whether a full system makes sense for your house, or whether plug-in is actually the right call for your situation, that's what our free consultation is for. Links in the description, no pressure. Hit subscribe. We're covering this stuff as it develops. And if you want to know your options when your roof won't cooperate, that full breakdown video is on screen now. Catch you guys in the next one.